Alice is still haunted by the thought of him, 3 years later. But this man doesn't move. He just sits and stares. The air today is cold and blowing in hard, bringing with it a veil of icy droplets from the surface of the sea. But the man is wearing only a shirt and jeans. No jacket, no bag, no hat or scarf. There's something worrying about him. Not quite scruffy enough to be a drifter, not quite strange enough to be a mental health patient from the daycare centre in town. He looks too healthy to be a junkie, and he hasn't touched a drop of alcohol. He just looks... Alice searches her mind for the right word, and then it comes to her. He looks lost. An hour later, the rain comes down. Alice peers through the spattered window panes and down to the beach below. He's still there. His brown hair is stuck to his skull, and his shoulders and sleeves are dark with water. In half an hour, she needs to collect Romain from school. She makes a split-second decision. "Hero!" she calls to the brindle staffy. "Sadie!" she calls to the ancient poodle. "Griff!" she calls to the greyhound. "Walkies!" Alice has 3 dogs. Griff, the greyhound, is the only one she deliberately went out and chose. The poodle is her parents. She is 18 years old and should be dead by rights. Half her fur is gone and her legs are bald and thin as birds, but she still insists on joining the other dogs for a walk. And Hero, the staffy, belonged to Barry, a man who'd rented her shed from her a while back. He disappeared one day and left everything behind, including his mental dog. Hero has to wear a muzzle on the street, otherwise she attacks prams and scooters. Alice clips their leash to their collars as they circle her ankles and notices something else that Barry left behind in his midnight flit, hanging from the coat hooks next to the leads. A shabby old jacket. She automatically wrinkles her nose at the sight of it. She once slept with Barry in a moment of sheer stupidity and intense loneliness, and regretted it from the moment he lay down on top of her and she realised that he smelled of cheese, that it emanated from every crevice of his slightly lardy body. She'd held her breath and got on with it, but ever after she associated him with that smell. She plucks the jacket gingerly from the peg and drapes it over her arm. Then she takes the dogs and an umbrella and heads towards the beach. "Here," she says, passing the coat to the man. "It's a bit smelly, but it's waterproof. And look, it has a hood." The man turns slowly and looks at her. He doesn't seem to have registered her intention, so she babbles. "It belonged to Barry. Ex-lodger. He was about the same size as you, but you smell better. Well, not that I can tell from here, but you look like you smell nice." The man looks at Alice and then down at the jacket. "Well," she says, "do you want it?" Still no response. "Look, I'm just going to leave it here with you. I don't need it, and I don't want it, and you may as well keep it, even if you just use it to sit on. Shove it in a bin if you like." She drops it near his feet and straightens herself up. His eyes follow her. "Thank you." "Ah, so you do talk?" He looks surprised. "Of course I talk." He has a southern accent. His eyes are the same shade of ginger brown as his hair and the stubble on his chin. He's handsome, if you like that kind of thing. "Good," she says, putting her free hand into her pocket, the other grasping the handle of her umbrella. "Glad to hear it." He smiles and clutches the damp jacket in his fist. "You sure?" "About that?" She eyes the jacket. "You be doing me a favour. Seriously." He pulls the jacket on over his wet clothes and fiddles with the zip for a while before fastening it. "Thank you," he says, again. "Really." Alice turns to check the location of the dogs. Sadie sits thin and damp by her feet. The other 2 are scampering at the water's edge. Then she turns back to the man. "Why don't you get indoors out of this rain?" she asks. "Forecast says it's set to rain till tomorrow morning. You're going to make yourself ill." "Who are you?" he asks, his eyes narrowed, as though she'd introduced herself already and he'd momentarily forgotten her name. "I'm Alice. You don't know me?" "No," he says. "I don't." He appears reassured by this.